Here is the voiceover script. You're 63 years old. You claimed Social Security last year, and this spring you picked up a part-time consulting job, 30 hours a week, good hourly rate. In April, you get a letter from the Social Security Administration. They are suspending your monthly benefit. Not because of fraud, not because of a mistake, because you earned more than $24,480, a limit most people have never heard of, even though it is published plainly on ssa.gov and applies to everyone under full retirement age who is working while collecting. That is what this video is about, not the decision to claim early versus wait. We covered that separately. This is about what happens after you claim, if you keep working. The earnings test, what it takes, why most people are shocked by it, and, crucially, why the money is not actually gone. Let me state the core question plainly. If you are collecting Social Security retirement benefits and you are still earning income from a job or self-employment, does the government reduce what you receive? The answer is yes, but only under specific conditions, only temporarily, and only on certain kinds of income. The rules are not complicated once you see them laid out. The problem is most people either don't know the rules exist, or they misread the consequence entirely. Here is what the Social Security Administration's official retirement benefits page says, as of 2026. If you are under full retirement age for the entire calendar year, there is an annual earnings limit. According to ssa.gov, for 2026, that limit is $24,480. For every $2 you earn above that threshold, SSA withholds $1 in benefits. That is a 50% reduction on earnings above the line, not on everything you earn, just on what exceeds $24,480. Now, there is a second threshold that most people overlook entirely. In the calendar year you reach full retirement age, not after, not the year before, specifically the year in which you hit your FRA birthday. SSA uses a higher limit. For 2026, according to the SSA COLA fact sheet, that limit is $65,160. And the withholding rate changes too. It drops from $1 per 2 earned to $1 per 3 earned above the line. And critically, SSA only counts your earnings up to the month before you reach full retirement age. Once you hit that birthday, even in the same calendar year, no earnings limit applies. None. What counts as earnings for this test? Wages from a job. Net profit if you are self-employed. Bonuses, commissions, vacation pay. What does not count? SSA is explicit on this. Pensions, annuities, investment income, interest, veterans benefits, and other government or military retirement benefits. None of that counts toward the earnings test. If your income in retirement comes from a 401k distribution or a rental property, the earnings test does not touch your Social Security check. So why do so many people get this wrong? The most common misconception, and I hear it often, is that withheld benefits are lost. They are not. Here is what ssa.gov actually says. When you reach full retirement age, the Social Security Administration recalculates your benefit to give you credit for every month that benefits were reduced or withheld due to the earnings test. Your monthly payment goes up at FRA to account for what was temporarily held back. It is not a windfall, and the math does not always make the withholding painless in the short term, but calling it a permanent loss is flatly wrong, and a lot of the anxiety people feel about working while on Social Security is rooted in that misread. The second thing people get wrong is the definition of earnings. I have talked with retirees who assumed that a large stock sale or a pension distribution would trigger the test. It will not. The test only looks at what you earn from work. If you are 64, receiving Social Security, and you earn $18,000 from part-time teaching while pulling $40,000 from a 401k, only the $18,000 counts. And since that is under $24,480, your benefit is untouched. Now let me give you a decision framework you can actually use. First, ask yourself, am I currently under full retirement age? If you have already reached FRA, stop reading this section. The earnings test does not apply to you. You can earn any amount and receive your full Social Security benefit. The rules on this page are for people who claimed before FRA and are still working. Second, if you are under FRA, estimate your annual earned income for the year. If it is likely to stay under $24,480, there is no withholding. Your benefit is not affected. If you expect to exceed $24,480, calculate the overage, divide by 2, and that is the approximate amount SSA will withhold across your monthly payments for the year. That reduction is not permanent. It gets credited back when you reach FRA, but you should plan for the cash flow impact. Third, if you are in the year you reach FRA, use the higher $65,160 threshold, apply the 1-for-3 rate, and remember SSA only counts earnings in the months before your birthday month. If your birthday is in September, only January through August earnings are in scope. Let me walk through the worked examples directly from ssa.gov so you can see the math. Example 1. You are under full retirement age all year in 2026. Your benefit is $800 per month. That is $9,600 for the year. You work and earn $33,400. That is $8,920 above the $24,480 limit. At $1 withheld per 2 earned, SSA holds back for $1,460. So instead of $9,600, you receive $5,140 for the year. That is a real short-term reduction, but at full retirement age, your monthly payment is permanently adjusted upward to account for those withheld months. Example 2. You reach full retirement age in August 2026. Your benefit is $800 per month. You earn $72,000 during the year, but $66,000 of that comes in the 7 months from January through July, before your FRA birthday. The relevant amount under the FRA year rule is that $66,000 against the $65,160 limit. The overage is $840. At $1 per 3 earned, SSA withholds $280 from your January through July benefits. You receive $5,320 of the $5,600 you would have gotten in those 7 months. Then starting in August, the month you hit full retirement age, you receive your full $800, no matter what you earn for the rest of the year. One more thing worth knowing. SSA also has a special monthly rule for the first year you receive retirement benefits. If you claim mid-year and earn more than the annual limit before you claim, SSA can pay you a full benefit for any complete month during which you are considered retired, regardless of what your total annual earnings look like. This matters for people who retire partway through a year. Ask SSA about the monthly earnings test if that is your situation. Here is what to do with this information. First, if you are already receiving Social Security and you have earned income, report it. SSA reviews earnings records annually, and if they discover an overpayment, they will recover it. Telling them in advance lets them adjust your monthly payment proactively rather than sending a repayment notice. You can update your expected earnings with SSA directly. Second, use SSA's free earnings test calculator. Go to ssa.gov, search Earnings Test Calculator, and enter your numbers. It will show you exactly how much, if anything, would be withheld given your age, benefit amount, and projected earnings. It takes 5 minutes and removes all the guesswork. Third, if you have not yet claimed Social Security and you are still working above these thresholds, factor the earnings test into your claiming timing. Delaying past full retirement age eliminates the test entirely and permanently increases your monthly benefit by roughly 8% per year from FRA to age 70, according to SSA. That trade-off is not right for everyone, but it is worth running the numbers for your situation on ssa.gov's My Social Security portal. Quick reminder before I close. This is educational content, not financial or legal advice. For decisions specific to your situation, verify the numbers on ssa.gov or speak with a licensed advisor who can look at your full picture. Here is the one thing I want you to take away. The earnings test is not a penalty. It is a deferral. The money SSA withholds while you are under full retirement age comes back to you in the form of a higher monthly benefit once you hit FRA. Knowing the thresholds, $24,480. If you are under FRA all year, $65,160. In the year you reach FRA, means you can plan around them rather than being surprised by a suspended check. If you have already dealt with the earnings test, maybe SSA withheld benefits 1 year, and you saw your payment go up later. I'd like to hear how that played out for you. Drop it in the comments below. And if this helped clarify something that felt murky before, subscribing means you'll see the next video when it comes out. Thank you for watching.